several issues. Firstly, I would take the issue of changing the name of Nagadeep. Actually, the change there is no change like that. You take the singular version, they will carry on with the same as Nagadeep. But there should be official recognition for the Tamil version. And in fact, in that area, first priority should be given to the Tamil version, that is Nayanati. And the English version also will depend upon what the subject is and what authorities referring to the place. And there is no attempt to remove the reference in Sinhala. That is quite correct. I mean, even Kalambu is referred to as Kalambu, that is the Anglican version, in the sense the English make it Kalambu. And then in Sinhala it is Colombo. In Tamil again, there is a change. Then you take candy. Candy is in English. Then it becomes Mahanur in Sinhala. And again Tamil, there is a slight change to candy. Therefore, this is nothing new. People, depending on one's language, refer to the place. And it is the duty of the government and also the local government and whatever it may be to spell out correctly in each language. That is what they want to implement. And for example, Mahinda has said that you will not be able to come out in the Gatha reference to Nagadeep. That is completely false. There is no barrier to refer to the place in Sinhala or in Pali, whatever the name that have been used by that language. But in Tamil it is referred to as Nayanadip, and that should be established. So that they have done. It's a fundamental right for them, and there cannot be any dispute about it. Then the question of avant-garde. In fact, when during the time of National Executive Council, during the time of National Executive Council, this issue came up on the agenda, and after discussion with so much of said about the wrongs of avant-garde, I said it is time that they arrest Gotabaya Rajapaksa and have an investigation properly. At that stage, they did not take it seriously, and they said it may be inappropriate at that time. Even Anuruddha Dissanayake objected. But now it is clear that this organization, this avant-garde institute, has been made quite arbitrarily with the powers of the Defence Secretary, without going through either Parliament or the Cabinet. And they have amalgamated a private company with one certain wing of Navy, and created the organization which has a state component and also participation of private sector. And in that sense, it's a unique organization, and that was used for the purpose of giving security for the ships coming into Sri Lankan harbors. But in addition, this organization has helped various people, those who want to confront sea pirates. That's such contract they have taken. And then to carry weapons and sell weapons, so many other things. So therefore, there's criticism as to how they have done that, and what authority they have done that, and also what happened to the money collected. It is said that proper accounts are not kept, and money which should come to the government has not been paid. So now President has taken a firm decision and dismantled this organization, and Navy has been asked to take over the security aspect for the ships that are coming in. And then there is a problem of 6,500 people who have been working in the organization. That has been raised by the past avant-garde leaders, and certainly that is a question that we can't allow them to be unemployed, and there should be some way of employing them and finding a way out for that. Then the avant-garde have been used in the factory protection of companies who own factories, and that is again illegal because according to labor laws, the employee is not allowed to bring military units in the factory. So they have violated that, and they have given military units into the to be kept in the factories for to crush any strike or any agitation of workers. So all that be removed, and now it has been normalized. The point is that the Attorney General has been given the all material and what they got from the investigations by the police. But he has, after analyzing, he has said there is no room for legal action, that everything is in order. Now that is one opinion of legal aspect of that institution. But some officials in the Attorney General's Department, senior people, they have said there is ample evidence to file action. So there have been a dispute. Now the Attorney General's position has been dismissed by the committee that met, special cabinet meeting led by President. And now what will happen to Attorney General, who have been consistently defending the institute and said there is nothing wrong, and there is no way of filing action. This reminds me of the story of Les Miserables by Hugo, where there is a police officer who had the crisis of how to be loyal to the legal system and how to carry out the implement the law, and also the problem of people who are good and noble in behavior, who have made a mistake in the life, and how they could be again the villains or heroes. Actually, it's a question of whether Attorney General and the legal system can conclusively say what is just and what is fair. Legal system can't do that. Legal system can look into the legality according to the laws that have been created by the parliament or whatever the institution. But actual reality of justice and fair play has to be judged in a different way. So that is why it is politics. So it's a political matter. That's why it is correct for the political leaders to take it over and give a decision. And that has been delayed, and the delay has caused so many difficulties. Now, because people have been campaigning reminding the government that they should take action for things like that avant-garde, has annoyed some of the ministers, as they have said, just because the civil society and trade unions have campaigned for us in the elections, they have no right to make demands like this, and they should be, and they are not entitled to it. Now, it is true that civil society is not the only section of the people who participated in the campaign to overthrow Mahindra. In fact, the struggle of the opposition, there are oppositional parties led by Ranil Wickramasinhe, and we participated in at now Swami Party. We had this action program, it's called the Protest of the Opposition. Over 5 years we have been campaigning against the party under very difficult conditions, when there are very few civil society people were with us. People like Brito Fernando, Nimalka Fernando, and Arkiso Saronamoto. These are the few NGO leaders or civil society people who came with us in the campaign. But once the campaign get going and became successful, and that Mahindra's government start breaking up, and people started crossing over to this side. Then, of course, the civil society people readily came for campaign. The last period, just before the election campaign for presidency, they have done some work, and there's obviously we must accept that also became very important for the victory of Maithripala over Mahindra. But the campaign was started by protest of the opposition, and the biggest section of the mass movement, the mass movement for democracy, consists of the political section, and only at the end that the people of civil society and trade unions participated. But nevertheless, the mass movement which overthrew the previous fascistic regime and were responsible for bringing in the new government, they have the right to campaign. We totally disagree with the minister who has condemned the actions of the civil society. Civil society, and more than that, the protest of the opposition, people who were in the opposition and people who are now in the government, but the masses followed them, have the right to campaign. And then there is the question of splits in the JVP, Janata Vimukti Parishad. If you look at JVP's history, we know that JVP was brought in and established by the leader Vijay Rohana Vijay. Actually, Rohana Vijay in his campaign, he took resources from three different political campaigns. One is the Sinhala Buddhist national campaign, Sinhala nationalist campaign. He incorporated some of the ideas of Sinhala nationalism. Then secondly, he included the student campaign and the youth campaign that by following the ideas of Che Guevara and Che Guevara and his teachings. And they had the idea that this youth unrest can lead the campaign of poor masses and whatever. Then thirdly, they had some Marxist ideas about social revolution, and they have investigated on the line of Maoist Marxism. These are the three theoretical positions Vijay had when he developed his party. Today we find that there is a split. The split coincides with the tendencies of political program followed by Vijay at that time. Firstly, we find that section for nationalists wanted national liberation tradition of Sinhala people to be incorporated. They went with that idea and built up organization or national front and patriotic front. The patriotic front consisted of Mahinda Rajapaksa and is part of SLP plus Nalin Silva and Professor Nalin Silva and Dr. Gurudasa Parasekar, and such people were involved in this patriotic movement. Now it has split away and they are trying to become a separate opposition. They want to build a separate opposition on a fascistic line. Then the youth-oriented Che Guevara section, they are trying to function as the Karunaratne Socialist Party led by karunaratne. They want to stick to the original idea of youth revolution and taking the masses behind them. And they have opposed racism to the extent that they are now proposing what Emperor Karunaratne Silla, the whole Samasama is proposed to national equality. That is parity or equality in all aspects. This is what Emperor also said. You must have parity of languages and parity of in any cultural aspect or any other treatment given by the government. So the parity is one aspect of it. But unfortunately we saw that that was not enough to explain the national liberation struggle of the Tamil people. They were not satisfied with parity and they said that parity cannot be applied. We are not interested in parity and to share everything in the center of the central government. We want our motherland, our homeland, must not go back. So therefore, now that section is behind the game. And thirdly, there is the Marxist, so now social democratic aspect, which is working somewhat in a logical manner and come against the campaign of the racist camp. So now the question is, now the government, while accepting the support given by Anuradha Sanayaka for the tried for the issue of corruption and also nationalization. But they have not taken any meaningful position in relation to the Pertugami Socialist Party. And the leader had been arrested and he is kept in prison. And they are unable to give him a passport which he is asking. He is a citizen of Sri Lanka. So that is a tragic aspect of this government, that's inability to treat people under democracy, the radical elements of the